Passionate about music.
Now, we've got to talk about your new album because it's out. It's Tomorrow's World, isn't it?
Yeah.
Written in probably one of the best places in the world, New York.
Well, it was written in New York, London and Maine, where Vince lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mixture. I mean, obviously a very influential set of places. Obviously, New York, one of the best places to party. I'd imagine you did a bit of that with the hard work as well.
A little bit, yeah. I got my friends there, and we usually go to either Nowhere Bar or Boiler Room.
Have you written there before?
I think we have done some stuff there before, but basically, I mean, Vince rented a room on right in Times Square in one of those apart hotel places, and we just had a piano in there and a little keyboard, and we literally and his guitar, and we just sit down with a little micro cassette recorder, and just kind of Vince will come out with some chords and I'll sing melody, keep doing melody after melody, and then we'll see when we think we've got a good one, and just do as many as we can, really.
I've got to talk about the producer as well, because the producer for this album is Frank Music, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is a bit of a dream for our very own Simon Levans as well, because he loves Erasure and he loves Frank Music too. So.
Well, he must come and see the show then, because he's supporting us as well, and he's been going down extremely well, and he's a great performer, and he's a lovely guy as well.
Fantastic. Now, you're off on tour across Gay UK. You've done America already. This is the second time this year as well, because you did the pop tour as well earlier, didn't you?
We did the kind of pop hits to, I think that was just to kind of get everything going, really, and then see, get a little taste, just to see how much people wanted to come and see us, and as a reminder, really, of who we were, because we were away for 4 years or so.
And we can't forget that your greatest hits album actually positively bulges. Size is important. There's so many on there.
Oh, I know. It's kind of, there are a lot of singles on there.
Yeah.
We kind of, I think, if we do another couple of more albums, then we can have our Pop 60, can't we? Yeah.
Do you ever look back and think to yourself, you kind of wonder how you managed to cram in so much as well? Because, I mean, you've been going, 20 years, 25 years?
Yeah, I mean, I have done. I mean, when we took the break last time in 2007, that was after Light at the End of the World, I counted we'd done 700 shows and 13 albums in 21 years, which you think is a lot. But then Vince tells me that the band of The Fall have done 40 albums.
Ah, okay.
So, you see, there's always somebody else that's done more than you have, you see.
Yeah, best not to think about that, though. Otherwise you'll be just kind of doing too much and then not being able to do anything after that, because you'll be worn out.
I do think it's enough, though, and the lady at Cosmic Corner says I have a long career ahead of me.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
That's what you like to hear. Yeah, you'll be going back to her again.
Yeah.
Now, obviously the tour kicks off this week across Gay UK. Are we going to expect glittery costumes, a bit of flamboyancy, more feathers? Because we love that. That's what we love about Erasure.
There's lots of nice glitter, and it's very kind of honed. And I do have my Trojan black helmet.
Yeah.
And not so much on the feathers.
Okay.
But,
tight pants though. Are we seeing those again?
Not really tight, but I am very fit at the moment, so there's a little bit of that.
So what have you been up to alongside the work? Because obviously we do talk about the work that you've done.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy your private life as well?
At the moment, I'm my new boyfriend is he lives in Tampa in Florida.
Okay.
That's from a year and a half.
Yeah.
So he's been to come visit me. He came to Moscow to come and see us play there.
Amazing.
And he came to Denver. And I bought him a ring in Denver, so I'm all kind of.
I feel like
so
I need
romantic.
to applaud. I need to clap.
I'm hopelessly romantic, very old-fashioned,
Yeah, that's good though.
And
it's very rare nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, he's brilliant. We get on really, really well. We don't even have to say anything to each other. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those kind of
very
cosmic things,
but not too comfortable.
And he's got a bar in Ybor City, it's called, in Tampa, which is kind of like a little gay area, and I did a PA in one of his clubs, and that's how we met, and we clicked.
Oh, it sounds like he's supporting you.
Yeah, he's a lovely man. And he goes to boot camp, which he's dragged me along there a few times, which is like swinging these big bits of rope around and holding chains up and climbing walls and all sorts.
Sounds like the perfect relationship, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I've got a few questions here for you, Andy, if you don't mind, from listeners.
Yeah.
One from Sean from Ashton underline.
Right.
Are there any plans to remix older tracks? Because we know that you've remixed a lot of old Erasure stuff.
Yeah.
Anything from the Circus or Wild albums in particular?
Well, we did. They did do the reissue of Wild and the Circus, didn't they? So, but I don't think there were any new remixes on there. But I think one of the plans that we have had, Erasure has had, is to do like a club tour of remixes. So possibly that could happen then.
Do you know, that's a fantastic idea, because I think especially your gay audience as well, because you've always had that dance element of your music, but actually to make it really clubby and really remix.
And do like non-stop, have it like, all the way through kind of thing.
Fantastic idea, because of course Madonna did something similar with Confessions.
Well, she always does I love when these people have, and Kylie as well, when they do like reinterpretations of their like orchestral versions of their songs and mash it up. But we don't tend to do that so much because Vince is such a purist, you know.
That would work really well though, wouldn't it, on an Erasure tour?
Yeah.
Stay on Facebook as well, going back to Popstar to Operastar, maybe not so much that, but obviously X Factor and other shows. Are reality music shows dumbing down the industry? I mean, you obviously know a lot about the music industry.
Yeah, I think they kind of give a false impression of the industry, because it's almost like it becomes a game show prize. Your number one single has become a game show prize, which I think kind of in some ways lessens the integrity of the music, and I'm not against those people going on the show. I think there are amazing people on there. I think Simon's done an amazing job for the UK, abroad and stuff like that. But in the end, it's a show, it's a TV show, and the format does become tired.
And I guess, some of the acts you don't really see, even though they're the winners, they kind of fade into obscurity sometimes.
I think that's the worst thing, is the, just how people are just suddenly dropped and, and after all that build-up and all that kind of hype and stuff, and aren't you fabulous, then you're nothing. And I think it's psychologically damaging for those people.
And of course Popstar to Operastar is a completely different kind of show as well, because it kind of tilts it on its head. It's a real challenge, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite bizarre, I have to say. It was quite a bizarre experience. I mean, it was amazing for the singing, it was really, really amazing. And on the Forest tour, it was particularly, my voice was really incredibly strong, and that was definitely because of that show.
Yeah.
And working muscles.
So it was a big learning experience for you.
It really was. I was kind of. I think I was a bit too serious about it. And I should have been a bit more light-hearted. About it, but I just like to absorb the whole thing. And I think maybe arrogantly I was going to breeze through to the end and didn't realise how much hard work it was going to be.
I always saw you as an opera singer though, because you've always hit the high notes really well.
I mean, it is quite operatic, when we tour anyway, and we do have, I have met a few kind of opera people, and they do say, they have said that I've got lungs of steel.
Yes.
So
and the rest. Got one from Karen in London as well. Is there anyone that you'd like to collaborate with on a track, or a producer that you'd like to actually work with as well?
Well, there's quite a lot of people. I mean, I would love to do a diva album with all, like the biggies, like with Barbara and Debbie and Dolly. That
would be amazing.
But producers, I don't really know so much about people, but I think it'd be quite good to use one of those kind of like really straight hip hop, kind of, in your face.
Did you get to work with Frank Music on this Tomorrow's World album because you admired his work? Yeah,
we did. We he did a remix for us on for the Innocence reissue on Phantom Bride, and then I really liked one of his tracks, the Golden Brown song that he did, and I just like the way that he does things. He's very hands-on. It's very modern in his promotion.
He's got a very distinct sound, doesn't he?
Yeah, very distinctive. And I thought Vince said that he's kind of like a young Phil Spector, kind of like made us sound really, really big, really massive, but without losing our integrity, kind of thing.
It's a fantastic album, Tomorrow's World.
Thank you very much.
Really good. I mean, it's really, really hooky as well, isn't it?
Thank you. I mean, Frank's a sweetheart as well, and he he loves Vince, loves all that style of music. And I was with him in his studio in LA. He worked with Vince in Maine, and then we were together in at Mute Studio, and then they did the mixing in Metropolis. So it was all, it was quite rushed, the whole thing, because Frank was all over the place as well.
Yeah.
And but I think it all culminated really well.
Does it seem like a different album for you? Do you feel like you've progressed compared to the other albums?
You don't really think about it, but I do think, because I really love the more obscure albums. Like I love Erasure, the album from '95, and then Love Boat I really like.
Because that was very different,
wasn't it? Like it. Yeah, it was really indie sounding. Yeah. And then Nightbird I really love, and then this one I think is really like I think a bit of a leap for us, and I think it's because we all had these little side projects, and I did Non-Stop, and Vince built his studio, and he's just done a techno trance album with Martin Gore from Depeche Mode.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Back to his roots almost.
Yes, yeah. It really is. It really is. And they've all kind of they're all friends now, everybody. So it's really, it's really come full circle.
Come full circle, yeah.
And I was the last one that kind of hitchhiked.
Yeah. Listen, Andy, it's always a joy to chat to you.
Thank you very much.
So good to chat to you, and thanks for coming on to Gaydar again. And all the best for the tour, which starts this week across Gay UK for Tomorrow's World. And good luck with the album as well.
Cheers, Phil. Thank you very much.
Good to speak to you, Andy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Passionate about music.